Hello everyone, welcome to my channel ECE Scholastic. I'm Jasmine. In this session, we are going to see a topic, that is, we are going to convert a block diagram to a signal flow graph. Okay, so today we are going to see how we are going to convert a block diagram to signal flow graph with the help of certain steps, and we will be solving one problem under the topic. Let's start the session. First is we are going to see the steps to convert block diagram to SFG. The first step is we need to assume nodes, correct? So in order to assume nodes, we have to consider certain parameters in the block diagram as nodes. What are all the parameters? The input point, output point, branch point and summing point are considered as nodes. Okay. Next is we will be drawing the nodes as small circles and we will number the nodes. Next is from the block we will find the gain between each node in the forward path as well as the feedback path and will mark the gains in the branches. Okay. The next step is we will follow all the steps with respect to the signal flow graph, and from that we will be obtaining the transfer function with the help of Mason's gain formula. The session will be very interesting and very easy. Okay. So let's see a problem, that is draw the signal flow graph and evaluate the closed loop transfer function. What is that closed loop transfer function? That is called as gain, overall gain. Okay. Or in other words we can say T of S is equal to C of S by R of S. Okay. Whose block diagram is shown in the figure. This is the block diagram for which we need to draw the signal flow graph. Okay. So let's start solving the problem. So this is the question given. I am going to redraw the block diagram into a signal flow graph. So what is the step? The branch point. So here we have a branch point and here we have a branch point, correct? The branch points and the input node, output node and the summing points. So this is a summing point, this is a summing point and this is a summing point. So all these we are going to replace as nodes. So I am going to replace as nodes. Okay, so we have replaced. What is the next step? We need to number the nodes. I am going to number all the nodes. Okay, so totally we have 7 nodes. Numbering the nodes depends upon you. In which way you like to number the nodes, you can number it. Okay. So with this our second step is over. So I am going to assume the nodes and I have removed all the steps. So the third step is we need to identify the gains available in the block and we are going to replace that block with the help of signal flow graph. See here I am going to replace the summers and I am going to replace the first gain G2. Okay, so how can we replace? Like this. Okay, I have removed it. Okay, now I am going to remove this block G3. So how can I replace? I have replaced like this. So this arrow mark represents the flow of the signal. Now I am going to remove this G1. So I have removed and I have replaced. Okay, now I am going to remove this arrow marks, that is from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. I am replacing it with the help of a arrow mark. Why I have represented 1 here? Because there is no gain value given. So I am assuming the value of gain is 1. Okay. Now I am going to replace this side, that is 5 and 6. So I have replaced. Here also you can give the value as 1. Okay. Next is I am going to replace this H1 and H2. See here, since my sign is minus, I have replaced as minus H1 and minus H2. Okay. Now I am going to replace this G4. So the G4 value is this. So this is the signal flow graph for the given block diagram. Now we are going to solve the signal flow graph and we will be finding what is the overall gain with the help of the steps we followed while solving the signal flow graph problem. Okay, it will be our next step. We need to identify the number of forward paths and its gain. So this is our given structure. We are going to find the forward path. So the forward paths are from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. So that is my first path. I am going to write the gain of the first path, that is P1 is equal to G1, G3. Okay. Next path is from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. So I am considering that as my path 2 and the gain is P2 is equal to, here it is minus. So minus G1, G2. Going to find the next path. So the next path is from 1 to 2, 2 to 7, 7 to 3 and 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. Okay, I am going to write the gain as P3 is equal to, here we are having two minus signs, therefore it will be plus G1, G3, G4, H2. Okay, so what is our next forward path? 1 to 2, 2 to 7, 7 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. So that is my path 4. I am going to write the gain as, here we are having three signs of minus. So minus G1, G2, G4, H2. Okay. So from this we can say that the number of forward paths K value is equal to 4. Okay. What is our next step? Our next step is to identify individual loops. So on seeing the structure we can find how many individual loops are available. So the first loop is 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 back to 3. So I am taking that as loop 1 and I am going to write the loop gain as P11 is equal to minus of G1, G2, H1, H2. Okay. Is there any other loop? Yes, we have one more loop, that is from 3 to 4, 4 to 5 and 5 to 3. So that is my second loop. I am going to write the loop gain as P21 is equal to G1, G3, H1, H2. Okay. So we have only two individual loops. This is our next step. Our next step is to identify non-touching loop. See here, the first loop nodes are 3, 4 and 5 and the second loop nodes are 3, 4 and 5. So we can say that all the nodes are common nodes, therefore there is no two non-touching loop. Okay. What is our next step? Our next step is to calculate the expression for del and del K. So first is we are going to calculate for del. We know the formula for del as this. So from the previous slides we can say that we have no two non-touching loops and we don't have any three non-touching loops. I am taking these two values as 0 and I am going to rewrite the formula for del as 1 minus sum of individual loop gain. So we have obtained the individual loop gains as P11 value was this and P21 value was this. Now I am going to apply all the expression in the formula and finally I will get the answer of del as this. Okay. Our next step is to calculate del K. Since the value of K is 4, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 4 del K values, that is del 1, del 2, del 3 and del 4. So del 1 represents forward path 1, del 2 is forward path 2, del 3 is forward path 3 and del 4 is forward path 4. Okay. So I am going to represent the nodes of each path. So here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and for path 2 it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Similarly for path 3 it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and similarly for path 4 it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For loops it is 3, 4, 5 and for loop 2 it is 3, 4, 5. So we can say that on comparing the nodes of forward path and the nodes of loops, we can say that all the loops are touching the 4 forward paths. Therefore, we can write the value of del 1 equal to, del 2 equal to, del 3 is equal to, del 4 is equal to 1. Whatever we discussed in the previous slide is written in statement here. So we have calculated del and del K. Next step is we will be finding transfer function with the help of Mason's gain formula. We know the formula, that is T of S is equal to 1 by del summation K Pk del K and the value of K is from 1 to 4. We have expanded the formula with respect to K value and from the previous slides we identified the value of P1 as this, del 1, del 2, del 3, del 4 value and del values as this. Okay. On substituting all these values we will get the transfer function as this. Okay. So I hope that you all understood how to convert a block diagram to signal flow graph. The main thing is we need to mention the nodes properly. Thank you. If you have any queries, please mail me. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.